Hello guys, it's me, Pixie, your kinda workaholic custom doll artist. Welcome to my channel. And today I prepared for you, guess what? Another clowness. She's a commissioned doll for my customer. An original character. Her name is Smiley. She is the owner of Circus with a dark twist. She was fascinated by the circus glitz and glamour and eventually decided to leave her previous life and start a new one. It was a tough decision because she also liked her previous life, but circumstances decided differently. Her life in the circus wasn't that easy to begin with, and she took her new responsibilities as seriously as possible, promising herself that nobody in the circus would ever be hurt. The story of Smiley had a much darker tint, and I had to censor it, since I know some of you guys are too young for it. And I hope you watch my videos with your parents' supervision. Or simply may not be comfortable with this kind of story, or even may be afraid of it. So I can't tell it, unfortunately. My customer put a lot of effort into this character, so I hope you will like this video. Personally, I love horrors. I'm one of those who can watch something gore and creepy and then relax and carelessly go to bed, you know? So yeah, some of you got it. Take a spiritual 5, my mate. I can't precisely explain why this is so, but I find it quite an interesting theme for today's video. Horrors. Scary clowns in particular. In my previous clown videos and comments, I saw that some of you for real are scared of them. Not those cuties I made though, but you know what clowns I mean. And I don't want to be a jerk, so if you are uncomfortable with this theme, you are free to go. Or another idea. Turn off the sound on this video, turn on some lo-fi radio on the background, and just enjoy the process. I'm here to tell you stories, not to summon nightmares. That said, we are going into today's creating process and storytelling. So, why are people afraid of clowns? Coulrophobia is no laughing matter. This irrational fear of clowns can cause panic and nausea. Although it's a rare phobia, many people find clowns creepy, if not downright scary. Why? The answer lies partly in the prevalence of evil clowns in popular culture. Think Pennywise. However, according to researchers, there are actual psychological reasons why we fear clowns. To begin with, a clown's makeup can be unsettling. It hides not only the person's identity, but also that person's feelings. Worse, the makeup can result in mixed signals. If, for example, the clown has painted-on smile but is frowning. Then there is the uncanny nature of the makeup itself. The oversized lips and eyebrows distort the face so that the brain perceives it as a human but slightly off. That oddness is heightened by a clown's bizarre costume. In addition, clowns are highly unpredictable as well as mischievous, which puts people on edge. Are they going to squirt water at you or give you a flower? These psychological discomforts produce a fear that is then stoked by negative portrayals of clowns in popular culture. And Joseph Grimaldi invented the creepy clown. Not far from King's Cross rail station in a quiet residential area, there is a pleasant patch of green that is more park than graveyard. Shaded by lime trees and horse chestnut, the place has a perennial gloomy castle. Its dark aura deters neither workers nor university students who steal a few minutes for a sandwich or tea in this burial ground for parishioners from St. James Anglican Chapel. Few pause to consider the site's new designation. Joseph Grimaldi Park, named for London's most beloved actor of the 19th century. He is also interred there, though likely few people passing through have any idea who he was. Yet in his day, no comedic performer drew bigger audiences and louder laugh than Grimaldi. He did nothing short of inventing our most disquieting performance archetype, the clown. Clowning was Grimaldi's birthright. His great-grandfather was an amateur performer who had moved his family from Italy in 1730, bringing with him the commedia dell'arte tradition popular from the 16th through the 18th centuries. Its improvised sketches revolved around stock characters. Wealthy old men known as vecchi, innamorati, beautiful wealthy lovers. Braggarts designated il capitano, and knavish servants or zanni. For centuries, characters like the beautiful young maid Colombina or the foolish old Pulcinella functioned like melodies upon which individual performers riffed. As commedia dell'arte moved throughout Europe, the clown became a hayseed bumpkin confused by city life. He stood in contrast with the urban zanny, whose proper name was harlequin. Clowns wore shoddy clothes and naturalistic makeup, and wore a character type that Grimaldi knew well with when he started getting attention for his work when he was still just a toddler. What Grimaldi ultimately did with that character changed clowning forever, replacing the naturalist look with the grotesque. Grimaldi first appeared at Sadler's Wells Theatre with smears of conspicuous makeup and dressed in bizarre clothing. With this costume he established the clown as a strange archetypal nightmare. It was unsettling because it superimposed childlike body adornment over a distinctly adult body. From the knickers to the slippers, Grimaldi's outfit evoked the uniform of schoolboys in era of King George. His sprangled flamboyant colors competed with the harlequins for visual pop. Grimaldi was heralded for his acrobatic prowess, as well as for prodigious and repulsive acts of eating, strange contortions, and bizarre facial expressions. He invoked catchphrases such as "Here we are again!" and the slightly demonic "Shall I?", which he would ask the audience before embarking on new mischief. Neither boy nor harlequin, Grimaldi's clown was something entirely different. A temporally non-specific man-child with the nickname Joey. This new form of clowning caught on fast. Grimaldi is the principal. He was hugely popular. Throughout his 3-decade career, Grimaldi appeared regularly at the Drury Lane Theatre and Covent Garden Theatre. Grimaldi is every bit the archetypal clown, but he was also the first modern one. He wasn't as cheery and joyful as his performances. In his memoir, theatre critic Thomas Goodwin recounted how Grimaldi visited a famed surgeon to find a cure for his melancholy. The doctor suggested he pursue relaxation and amusement, perhaps sometimes at the theatre. "Go and see Grimaldi." "Alas," replied the patient, "that is of no avail to me. I am Grimaldi." Grimaldi used his emotional state to artistic effect, as he also did with the uncanniness of his appearance. Creepiness wasn't inadvertent in Grimaldi's creation. The combined themes of division, concealment, and deterioration clearly provide the basic components for the sinister clowns that stalk us in the present day. Clowns are creatures of modernity. There is an absurdity and horror to their alienation. Grimaldi's genius was to create this figure who had a hideous and unnatural appearance of which no distinction could convey an adequate idea. A clown isn't anything other than a clown. He doesn't symbolize or represent or mean anything. That's why he's terrifying. In modernity, we are using the same principles to create other forms of art. Movies and pictures that are no less creepy and bizarre. Speaking of which, Art the Clown, the main villain in the movie Terrifier 2, is so gruesome that there are reports of viewers passing out in the theater. At every Halloween you will see vicious clowns stuck in haunted house attractions, or trick-or-treaters dressed as Pennywise, and many more. And we are spinning a bit back in time. Northampton, England, 2013. Fear spreading throughout the community. The Northampton Clown first gained attention when photos of him standing silently in various locations around the town began circulating on social media. Dressed in tattered clown costume with a white face and red nose, he became an overnight sensation, attracting both curiosity and apprehension from the townspeople. Reports emerged of the Northampton Clown approaching people late at night, sometimes wielding balloons or offering sweets in a manner that was perceived as menacing rather than playful. Rumors swirled about his intentions, with someone speculating that he was a harmless prankster, while others feared he had more sinister motives. The Northampton Clown's sudden appearance sparked a media frenzy, with news outlets around the world reporting on the eerie sightings and the growing hysteria gripping the town. Some residents organized clown hunts to track down the elusive figure, while others simply avoided certain areas of town after dark, fearing the encounter with the mysterious clown. Despite the widespread attention, the Northampton's clown eventually disappeared as mysteriously as he arrived, leaving behind the legacy of a fear and fascination. To this day, his true identity and motivations remain shrouded in mystery, and the legend continues to captivate the imaginations of those who remember the unsettling events. It can be hard to imagine a time when clowns were regularly invited to children's birthday parties and hospital wards, not to scare them but to delight and entertain. For much of the 20th century, this was the standard role of a clown. And it is a story time now. The abandoned circus. Deep in the heart of the forest, shrouded by overgrown trees and forgotten by time, lies the remnants of an old circus. Once a place of wonder and excitement, it now stands as a decaying monument to a bygone era. The circus was closed abruptly decades ago after a string of unexplained disappearances left the townsfolk terrified and the performers feeling in fear. Among the silence of the abandoned tents there is said to be a presence that lingers, the ghostly spirit of a clown. Legend has it that this clown, known simply as Joy, was the star attraction of the circus, renowned for his uncanny ability to make even the sternest of faces crack into a grin. But as the years went by, something changed within Joy. His once jovial demeanor turned sinister, his laughter echoing through the empty circus grounds like a haunting melody. It is said that he became obsessed with the idea of eternal laughter, believing that if he could make others laugh hard enough, he could stave off the darkness that threatened to consume him. Now those brave enough to venture near the abandoned circus at night speak of strange encounters. Some claim to have heard the ghostly sound of laughter going through the darkness, while others swear they've seen the glowing eyes of Joy peering out from behind tattered curtains, his twisted grin stretching impossibly wide. Despite the warnings of the locals, there are still those who dare to explore the ruins of the circus, drawn by a morbid curiosity or a desire to uncover the truth behind the legend of Joy. But those who enter the circus grounds do so at their own peril. For once you enter the realm of the clown, there may be no escape from his eternal laughter. The Haunted Carnival. Every year, like clockwork, the carnival comes to town. A whirlwind of flashing lights, cotton candy and laughter. But beneath the veneer of merriment lies a darkness that few dare to acknowledge. Among the colorful attractions and bustling crowds lurk a group of clowns, their painted faces twisted into grotesque smiling caricatures. These clowns are not like the ones you see at birthday parties or in parades. No, these clowns are something altogether different, something primordial. They move through the crowds with grace, their eyes gleaming with the malevolent intelligence as they search for the next victim. Visitors to the carnival speak of feeling watched as they wander through the maze of tents and rides, an unsettling sensation that leaves them on edge. Some claim to have seen the clowns lurking in the shadows, their presence a harbinger of doom. And those who dare to venture too close to the carnival after dark often find themselves ensnared in a nightmare from which there is no escape. The circus mirror. It was supposed to be a harmless dare, a test of courage among friends in the night. But as another poor fellow stepped into the abandoned circus funhouse, he couldn't shake the feeling of unease that settled in the pit of his stomach. The air was thick with the scent of decay, and the sound of his footsteps echoed through the empty halls like a death knell. As he wandered deeper into the maze of distorted mirrors, he felt a sense of disorientation wash over him. The reflections seemed to wrap and twist around him, distorting his image until he could hardly recognize himself. And in the midst of it all, there was a presence. A gloomy figure lurking just beyond the edge of his vision. At first, he brushed it off as imagination running wild. But as he continued to navigate the maze, the feeling of being watched grew stronger until it was almost suffocating. And then, just as he feared he would never find his way out, he stumbled upon a mirror unlike any he had seen before. In the reflection he saw not his own face staring back at him, but that of a clown. A twisted figure with the scarlet red lips and hollow eyes. Its grin stretched, sending a shiver down the victim's spine. And as he watched in horror, the clown reached out from the mirror, its hand inching closer and closer until it was mere inches from his own. With a scream he turned and ran. his heart pounding in his chest, and he fled the funhouse and the nightmare within. But even now, as he lies safe in his bed, he can't shake the feeling that the clown is still out there, lurking in the shadows, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. So here we have it, a freshly made Clowness doll for my customer and interesting stories told. I want to thank my customer for ordering this doll. I had plenty of pleasure making her. Thank you. I hope that Smiley has a lot of fun at her new home. And thank you, my dear viewers. I hope you enjoyed today's video as much as I did. Hope you're not too scared for the next one, because it will come out very soon. Wish you to have a wonderful and merry day. See you soon in my next videos. Bye!